Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Google Hangout here. It's Glenn Dietzel here, and I'm coming to you live from the Canadian Lake Home here in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. And we are really looking forward to our Omega Mind event live here. We're also going to be doing another event here. We're going to have some more information on that, and it'll give you an opportunity to meet many of our clients globally who come to the Canadian Lake Home and whose lives and businesses are profoundly impacted and changed. I've decided to, as I mentioned last week, last week we did 2 Google Hangouts. We've been featuring a lot of our clients over the last several months, and last week I interviewed some of our clients who are in the Omega Mind program, and what I wanted to do today was to answer some of your questions. We've had a lot come in directly to me through email, through phoning our office on the weekend, so I want to thank you for those of you that did that. We collated those. I collated them personally because I was in our international office on Saturday for a little bit because I'm going to be traveling quite extensively over the next couple weeks. And we also have our Omega Mind program coming up, so I'm really excited about that. So I've collated a few questions here. There were some overlaps. I've done my best here to kind of collate the questions and provide specific answers to you for those of you that have been inquiring about Omega Mind. So first of all, I'm humbled that you've been watching what we're doing, and secondly, for those of you that have been following us in Omega Mind, and especially our clients here, and this is why I am creating our Business Breakthrough Google Hangouts here from the Canadian Lake Home, is for all of our clients so they can learn, watch, and implement faster. And that's what we all want, right? Just to think, if you're able to implement a lot faster and do things that allow you conversion rates that run 7 to 9 times faster than what other gurus and experts are teaching you, you're going to create the kind of time freedom for yourself so you can have a lifestyle business, grow your company the way that you want, and at the end of the day receive a maximum valuation for your company and create passive residual income. That's why I created Omega Mind, so that the accountability in the program increases immensely, measurably, and it gives me a chance to leverage what I'm really good at doing, and that's teaching other people to be successful, because I've also done it. And those skill sets are completely separate, and you might have heard me say a lot of times that the skill sets of making it a business and the skill sets of teaching someone to be successful are completely separate. So we're going to spend less than 30 minutes today. I've written out here a few questions for you, the ones that have come in to us. I've tried to thematically organize the question. So if I quote your question, I'll try to honor as best as possible the questions that I chose from the person. And you might have seen the question just reframed or a little bit differently, just because there were other questions that came in that were similar, kind of the same or similar genre of questions. So that's why I've done what I've done, so that I can do this quickly. We have spent last week revealing some of our clients that are involved in Omega Mind. I did an exclusive training on Thursday of last week. The training is now down. Like we said, it would be down at 11 o'clock Eastern today, and that's just out of fairness to my clients and out of fairness to help you make faster and quicker decisions. Because one of the things that I found is that super successful people are able to make fast decisions, and it's my clients that make the fastest decisions around implementation that make the fastest leaps of growth. So I've got, what I did is I collated, I put some of my answers today. Some of them I'm just going to be talking to you, so you're not going to be seeing me, looking around and going off too much. Some of my answers, though, I have put into a slide, PowerPoint slide, for you, just because I really want you to understand the answers that I have for you. All right? One of the things that I can tell you is that by creating Omega Mind, we've created mega traction in the marketplace today. And you might have heard me talk about the importance of, and so I want to lean on, first of all, why do we have a full scale documentary being done on the Omega process? Well, it's because, number one, because of the traction that we have in the marketplace, because of the success of our clients. Secondly, I've been doing this just longer than just about anybody that I know, doing high-end coaching and mentoring. And if you know what you're doing, you can build a very lucrative business today. The problem is that most people, when it comes to coaching or consulting, because it is more intangible, can't be seen the same, if you will, it requires a different skill of positioning and teaching people what it is that you can do and how you can be assistants to them. And so those of you that are new in our program, you get to leverage our measurable and accountable systems to help you build out your framing and your positioning. So we I did a test this past fall, and from the test, it was I invited a few people in. I did a 15-person round table on what we're doing as a company, and from that built some massive traction around people that wanted to come into the Canadian Lake Home, wanted to be a part of Omega Mind. And I thought, you know what can I do that doesn't require, and there are people that want a one-day intensive with me, that want to invest $25,000, come into the Canadian Lake Home right here. You'll see the view here. This is the forest that's around the Canadian Lake Home, and the lake here that we're on is actually to my right. And we've been doing them right here where I've been doing my Google Hangouts here, right here, and I don't have my earplugs in, so you might hear a little bit of a hollow sound here, or an echoey sound. It's because the room is rather large. And we do our Omega Mind events right here, and I do my one-day intensives right here and some other places here at the Canadian Lake Home. So I'm really excited about this process. I'm always excited when we bring one-on-one clients in, and I wanted a way where clients could get a great deal, invest with me for all of 2014, get direct assistance with me, and leverage the number one skill set that you need to master if you want to repeat what you're able to do and replicate it over and over and over again, especially in a certification co-branding program. So we're going to talk a little bit. There's some questions that came in on why I have a certification program, etc. So I will answer those questions, and I'll actually show you the question. I've written them out here just to help me. And as I said, some of the answers I will disappear. I'll show you my screen, and I've customized some of the answers here just so I can you get a chance to feel, and see who I am in the moment, and I can also give you some responses that I thought would be beneficial if I shared my screen with you. All right. So if you're okay with that, and you're okay with this informal nature of how I do my Google Hangouts, you're going to love the systematized processes that we take our clients through and allow them to create massive traction in the marketplace today. And having a certification co-branding program, there's nobody teaching this today, and I'm going to show you how to leverage certification co-branding, because that was one of the questions that came up. So I'll be talking about that. We had some questions around accelerated teaching and learning, so I be addressing that, how you can implement accelerated teaching and learning in your company. And because the faster that you can teach somebody and model success, faster you get results for your clients. And the quicker you get results for your clients, that is the ticket to growing a 7+ figure coaching and consulting business. So this is the advisory age, and there's no better way, and I'm trying to model and show you exactly what we do by leveraging, for example, my clients. We've leveraged my clients for the last 10 years doing high-end coaching and consulting, and I believe that I like living, if you will, vicariously, not just through my own narrative, that is my own backstory of who I am and how I, fumbled upon and accidentally slipped into this system, if you will. I created it from scratch, and I've had some opportunities that very few people have had to build systems as fast as I have, and leveraging my skills as being an educator and creating curriculum. But creating curriculum, or in this case for business, assessment instruments that allow your target market to choose you very, very, very quickly. And I've documented everything, and I've been showing you off and on some of our systems, some of our clients, and I'm really excited about it. Truthfully, I am so excited about Omega Mind, and for those of you that are watching, that are part of Omega Mind, wait. All I can see is wait till you see what happens. To you, we have a bonus event that's in 2 weeks here at the Canadian Lake Home, and so my clients are coming in also for a bonus event. So I'm really excited about that, and excited for our clients. All right, so let's first of all address a question. The first question I thought would be a really good question, and this came from Sherry. So Sherry, your question. Whoops, let me just hold on a second here. Let me just. I had a problem getting into my Google Toolbox here before, so let me just flip my screen around here so you can see everything properly. And hopefully I can open up the app. There's a problem opening up the app still, so let's just see here, and if there's a problem, I'll show you the question, or I'll read the question here for you. So let me just see if I can open up the app. No, it's still saying there is a problem opening up the application. I've been trying here off and on for the last half an hour in our green room, and simply can't get the Hangout toolbox to open, so I can't change my screen around. So no, don't worry about it. I'm going to just read the question here, so you'll see it backwards here. And what that says is, what exactly is Omega Mind? And I like using analogies. If you read Think and Grow Rich, or you understand the importance of having a mastermind group of people who are completely at the next level, and learning from that group, I've created Omega Mind because I'm involved in a lot of mastermind groups. In fact, just over the last couple weeks, I was comped, i.e., I didn't have to invest in a couple of mastermind programs that are significant investments because of our leadership and what we're doing. And I'm going to show you that's exactly why you want to position yourself at the forefront of trends in the industry, because it's amazing the gurus, the experts, the leaders in your industries that you're going to attract that want to work with you. So for example, this week I have a company that's done $250 million in advanced training programs, meeting with my company, with me directly, tomorrow, about leveraging our systems in their industry. And we have a lot of really cool conversations. So if you want to have faster and quicker conversations with your marketplace, because you know when you have faster and quicker conversations that you can close deals faster, you can raise the value in your marketplace even that much quicker because people get what it is that you do, you're going to be able to create the kind of what I call an ROIT, business return on invested time, so you can grow your company. So Omega Mind then is my version of a mastermind where people that are in the program are just not coming in and getting more information, but they're coming in here to the Canadian Lake Home. They'll be sitting right here where I am, and they're going to be taken through all of my systems that I've created. Everything from how we reach out to potential clients, potential B2B partners with strategic alliances, and how we close the deal from origination to completion at an accelerated rate. So I'm going to take all our clients that are in Omega Mind, I'm going to take them through, walk them through all the templates on how to reach out to somebody through all different venues, whether it's at a networking event, whether it's a cold email to somebody, a cold phone call to somebody, whether it is an educational process you put them through. So I'm going to take our clients and show them what we're doing and help them do the very same thing, and then they're going to get my feedback on it directly at the Omega Mind event. So Omega Mind, if you will, and that's just to get things started, and we're going to create presentations and assist you in creating your own presentation so you can close high-end deals. You're going to get a chance to give that presentation, get it videotaped, get feedback, get testimonials, and assistance on closing deals. So Omega Mind, if you will, is the most accelerated form of business execution that I know of today that leverages the concept of modeling. Modeling, M-O-D-E-L-L-I-N-G, modeling. All right, modeling is the #1 way that we learn. So if you can watch how I work with other clients, you can then take that and leverage it and get direct feedback from me, so you can be a lot more strategic, you can execute a lot faster, and you can finally get things done in the accelerated pace that you really, really want. Okay, so Omega Mind is my brainchild of bringing a high-performance group of entrepreneurs or startup companies together and showing them what we do and helping them build the same kind of traction in their marketplace, all within a documentary format. So it doesn't only just benefit my company, but it benefits all of my clients as well. And I've chosen the word Omega because if you understand the Greek word, what the Greek origination of the word Omega is, it's a Greek word meaning the end or the completion. And the advisory age today is an age that if you know how to advise, you can complete deals a lot faster and quicker, and you can complete the final advisory role, if you will, for your potential clients where they're choosing you for a lifetime. And that's why I've chosen to call our program Omega Mind. There's a question here. You won't see it because it's backwards. Speaking of Greek, it looks Greek, so I'll read it to you. Again, if you're just joining us, I can't, for some reason, get on our Google Toolbox today. I've been trying for the last hour. I can't do it, so I can't change my screen so you can see everything properly. So I'll read you the questions. These are questions that came in. This question was we had a form of this question from Devon or Devon, Lincoln, Patricia. I'll just quote the first few people that had the similar kind of question. It was, why should I have a certification program? All right, so there's different variations of that question. I told you at the beginning here, I'll write the question, show you, but I can't really show you today based on a little bit of a technological problem we're having. But the essence of the question is, why have a certification program? I think the best way of demonstrating to you why have a certification program will come out from another question that we had around accelerated teaching and learning. But I'll tell you this right now, that just really quickly, who would you choose in the marketplace? If you had to choose between two companies, you had a question, you had a problem that if it doesn't get resolved in the next 24 hours could cost you $50,000, could cost you $100,000, could cost you several $1 million. I want to ask you this question: who would you choose? Would you choose a company, an expert with a book, or would you choose a person or a company with a certification program? Who would you choose? And if you just really evaluate that question, I hope all of you see that is a rhetorical question, that of course you would choose the company that has a certification program. Why? Because what does it communicate at a subconscious level? And for those of you that are in Omega Mind, we're going to talk a lot about how do you translate influence at the highest levels and message it in your presentations, in everything that you do in transactionalizing or transacting your value in the marketplace. And you're going to love this process because it's going to bring your ideal clients to you, and it's going to take them and get them to desire your highest end programs and services. All right, so you want to make sure that you're positioned properly. So having a certification program then positions you above everybody else. So just like the trees in the background here at the Canadian Lake Home, instead of being positioned as the grass or the small plants in the forest behind me, you're positioning yourself at the top of the tree. It gives you a much stronger positioning in the marketplace. So you want to have a certification program because it communicates to your marketplace that you've got proven, replicatable systems. All right. It's also, by having a certification program or a certification division within your company, or a company that's just, you create your own entity around certification and you hold it within the umbrella of your Glenn Dietzel companies, or however you want to position that, it gives you some very strong positioning in the marketplace. And that's the key today, is knowing how to position yourself really, really quickly. So certification program is the #1 strategic positioning, way of strategically positioning yourself in the marketplace is #1. Secondly, if it's the most strategic way of presenting or preventing others from stealing your intellectual property. Why? Because you're going to follow our templates on creating your certification, the legal framework for your certification program, and the legal framework for your co-branding program. And the reason why you want a co-branding program is because you want to leverage your ideal clients. You want to leverage the trainers and the coaches in your industry to come to you, to impact them, to say, you know what, I want to do business with just you, Glenn, because you've got systems. And not only that, but when you have a co-branding arrangement, now you can leverage your company and your IP, your intellectual property, your advice, and you can leverage it through your, and get you, and have your clients, trainers, and the coaches in your industry bring you into new marketplaces. So it's the most strategic way of market penetration and growing your company. Well, that's why I say you don't have to sell anymore. What you want to do is co-brand. So, and you want to leverage your clients long term. So it's the #1 way of leveraging your clients in the advisory age, and that's why you want to have a certification, a co-branding program. Nobody else is doing this, and if you want to build passive streams of income, you don't want to do it through licensing, as we've covered, the cons of licensing in a service-based environment. And you certainly don't want to position yourself in the franchising industry. And as I shared last week, any franchising model in the coaching, consulting industry, the failure rate in that model is well over 70%. So you want a better and faster and quicker way of positioning yourself. You want to create a certification program. Okay, next question comes from Leslie. Here's the question, backwards. How is Omega Mind tied into certification and co-branding? Omega Mind is a year involvement working directly with me, where you get a chance to work virtually with me and quarterly come into the Canadian Lake Home starting in November of this year and 4 times next year, coming into the Canadian Lake Home and working directly with me and celebrating everything you've been able to do and helping you advance your business. You'll get a chance to watch me close deals. How valuable is it for you to be able to listen to me close a deal? How valuable is it for me to help create your scripts so you can grow your company on what do you do on a Google Hangout versus a webinar versus on the phone versus over closing a deal over a cup of coffee, using some of the ABPs, advisory-based products that we've been showing you how our clients close deals over a coffee and getting those very strategic stealth weapons, marketing weapons done. And that's why I'm leveraging certification co-branding, and you get a chance to leverage, those of you that are on Omega Mind, certification co-branding program. At the same time, you'll see the squirrel in the background. We have lots of squirrels here at the Canadian Lake Home. Everybody's impressed with the types of squirrels we have and how big they are. But you'll be able to leverage your certification co-branding program and Omega Mind, which is the most advanced teaching and learning and business systems that I know of in today's marketplace. The next question comes from Cindy with an I. Cindy with an I. So thank you. What's involved in me pitching my presentations? Cindy, that's a really good question. And I really believe in this. I really believe you can build a business on a presentation. That's why with all of my clients that's starting a certification co-branding, our goal is to close your first high-end deal and then close a few more high-end deals. And as we're doing that, you're now building cash flow. You're now truly building a company and positioning yourself around value and accelerating your confidence, your posture, your positioning. And you're now creating some really quick tools, strategic tools to close deals, tools that will take you 5, 10, 15 minutes to create. Some will take you a little bit longer. But the goal is to get you and take your business completely to a different level and then starting to create some really cool systems around that won't take you a lot of time and building out, as I said, maybe a completely new company your own certification company or a division within your company, a certification and a high training program within your company. So going back to the question about what's involved in pitching presentations, everything from the templates, you'll be able to work from the templates that I use to create and pitch presentations, to my formula for closing the deal. What is it that you say? How do you say it? When do you say it? How to build out your core story, how to create your offer, how to create and leverage a concept that I call DEs. And DE stand for discrepant events. So how do you create completely new paradigm shifts in your presentation that get your marketplace to see what it is that you can really do for them? And remember, we want to build a better problem before we build a better mousetrap, and position what you can ideally do for them that will close the deal. All right, so it's really a whole templated process on creating a presentation, how to deliver it to close the deal and get feedback from that. Okay, so that was a good question. Appreciate it. Thanks, Cindy, with an I. Rutherford, my wife dated a Rutherford before she met me. Rutherford there, if you're out there, I still think you're a pretty cool guy. Let's see here. Can you show me some ways that I can position my certification program to close deals? Okay, and there's the question. So I'm reading it here. Can you show me some ways that I can position my certification program, to close deals? Okay, perfect. What I want to do is I'm going to just actually take you to a slide, okay? So let me just disappear here for a second. I'm going to take you to a, share my screen here, and I'm going to give you some reasons why. So instead of writing all this out here, I thought I would just show you how to leverage your certification program. So you want to take a few notes here. First thing that you want to do is you want to be able to, by having a certification program, you can get access to anyone. Okay, so as you're putting your certification program together very quickly, I'm going to show you how we put ours together in less than 48 hours. It's a pretty cool process. So if you think this is going to take you 6 months, you don't need to think that at all. So how to create your own certification program. You're going to use it to get access to anyone. So here's some of the ways that we teach our clients to leverage a certification program, right? You'll be able to position to potential clients as a standalone program. So your certification program could be leveraged as a standalone program. You can offer it as an exclusive bonus like we do to our very high-end programs. So those clients that are in our inner circle, they invest well in excess of $50,000. Our inner circle today is 60, moving to $70,000, and we will offer those clients potentially, especially our stealth coaching clients, an opportunity to use and leverage our Omega Mind program. You'll be able to make it part of your qualification process. So you can leverage your certification program by making it part of your qualification process. And I've taken you through some of our systems that we use to qualify people. You'll be able to work long-term with your best clients with a co-branding arrangement associated with your certification program. So you definitely want to have a co-branding agreement created, and that's what I'm going to help all of our clients do. In Omega Mind, they'll be able to create their own legal agreements using our templates, and then be able to attract the top trainers and coaches in your industry to be training your accelerated business teaching and learning systems. All right, so those are some of the ways that you can leverage our certification co-branding program. And you might have seen that backwards, and if you do, I apologize again. Let's just see if I can switch over here one more time. If I can get our toolbox open here. I think Google's having some issues today. No, still can't open up the toolbox. Okay, so those are some reasons why, or based on Rutherford's question, can you show me some ways that I can position my certification program? All right, so those are some ways to position your certification program. The next question, I have a question about accelerated learning. Can you explain this? Absolutely. In fact, I'm going to show it again, and I thought this was important to do this. So let me just go here, and I hope all of you can see this properly. You should be able to. First of all, you might have seen this before. This is some very cool research around retention. And this is why the typical expert guru model that doesn't focus on accelerated teaching and learning prevents you from really closing high-end deals, gets you locked into a business funnel that doesn't work, and you end up having to use convoluted business funnels that simply give you no market traction. So when it comes to retention, and this is in the area of learning, you remember 10% of what you read. You remember 22% of what you hear. You remember 37% of what you see. You remember 56% of what you see, hear, and up to 80%, 86% of what you see, hear, and do. All right? So you want a better model of delivering your content. And again, if it's backwards for you, I'm not sure, because I don't usually use PowerPoint presentations in our Google Hangouts slot, but I am today. So if it's backwards for you, apologize again. Our Google Toolbox today is not working, and I have a feeling that it's probably a systemic problem at Google today. We've been doing enough Google Hangouts to realize that sometimes not all the technology is working properly. Finally, the last question here, and there was many others, but I just kind of tried to organize the questions, if you will, and also show you at the same time, based on the questions, as to, and my answers, more specifically, as to why we have a documentary. A company's doing a documentary, full-length documentary on the OmegaMind process. Glenn, what is involved with education-based selling? So I thought I would end with that. And let me go back here, and if you can't see it properly, I'll disappear here just for a few moments. Here's the 5 steps of learning and retention. So you want to write these down. First is impact. You've got to know how to create major impact with your advice, okay? And that's what I'm going to assist you with. Secondly, repetition. You want to repeat what is working within your business, and I'm going to show you what you should be doing. Thirdly, utilization. You want to utilize what I teach, and you want to implement it immediately so that you can internalize, or internalization. And then finally, after you've internalized behavior and the predictable, certain, and secure systems that we teach our clients, final area that you want to focus on is, in the 5 steps of learning and retention, is reinforcement. All right? So that brings us then to the 5 principles of education-based selling. If it's backwards for you, just write them out here. Let me just come back here for just for a second. And then we'll come back here just for a second. Yeah, it looks like it's backwards. And I see my screen. So I apologize for that, but those of you that are dyslexic, maybe you are a leg up and I had a form of dyslexia when I was a kid, a leg up on reinterpreting here what you see. So let me just write, give you these here for a second, for the next 30 seconds. 5 principles of education-based selling you want to make your clients smarter. And the OmegaMind program and what we teach our clients on our accelerated teaching and learning systems help you and help our clients make their clients smarter. When you do that, they end up choosing you. All right? Second principle of education-based selling, you need to be able to create quick positioning that frames you as indispensable. All right? So that is the second principle of education-based selling. You want to make yourself indispensable. Thirdly, power position. You want to create a value stream. So you want to know what to say, how to say it, that always positions you in the power position. Fourth, you want to know how to frame your advice so people can appreciate what it is that you can really do for them. And then fifthly, the 5th principle of education-based selling. Again, if it's backwards for you, I apologize. Google Toolbox is down today. Your offer drives everything. Your offer drives everything. All right? So everything is focused on the offer. And so many clients, and we've been doing this now for over 10 years, are struggling today to create a value proposition that's focusing on how do you educate a marketplace, at the same time get them to choose your highest end programs and services in the fastest way possible. And that's what we have figured out. So if you want my exact game plan, you want to leverage it, In the fastest way that I know and quickest way that I know how to deliver results, and in a really cool setting at the Canadian Lake Home. That's why we created Omega Mind. That's why there is a documentary being done on the process, and I'm really excited about it, about the entire process. So I wanted to share this with you on why, and answer some of your questions around Omega Mind. Why is a documentary being created? And I also encourage you to ask questions wherever you're watching this right now in the comment section, all right? So you can do that. You can phone our international office as well. It's the same number that all of our clients phone, 519-542-3043, 519-542-3043. We have some big plans with our Google Hangouts, our Business Breakthrough Google Hangouts. This is evolving in ways that I never envisioned, and it's the importance, again, as I self-reflect and deconstruct what we've done, of leading and always focusing on marketing feedback data. So many people get lost in creating product data, writing a book, putting a free report together, a DVD series, and all this kind of stuff. And again, not that there's not maybe a potential place for some of that. The problem is it just doesn't really help you create speed as your competitive advantage. Speed equals money, money equals speed. And I want to just finish off by saying the end result of Omega Mind is that all of my clients are going to build their competitive advantage in the fastest way possible that's going to allow them to close deals, again, a documented 7 to 9 times faster than anybody else in their marketplace, and then designing the kind of systems with our templates, etc., that they can build out their company or a division within their current company around certification and co-branding. So they've got a very powerful and strategic way of increasing the valuation of their company, so making their company a lot more profitable, and also building out passive streams of income. Because in the advisory age today, if you know how to organize your advice, and that's why we always say never outsource your core competencies. Write that down. Never, ever, ever outsource your core competencies. So on behalf of Glenn Dietzel here, I'm at our Canadian Lake Home, and I look forward to those of you that are on Omega Mind to be welcomed here. Some of you will have invested in Omega Mind as clients of mine already, and you'll be coming back here to the Canadian Lake Home, and the excitement of being here and the unbelievable location of and why so many businesses and lives have been transformed here in the fastest way possible. So anyways, I look forward to the accountability, and I look forward to celebrating your successes. And if there's any way that we can be of assistance to you, again, you can phone us at 519-542-3043. Many of you have wanted to communicate directly with me by exchanging contact information by texting me at Omega, OMEGA, to 248-469-4376, 248-469-4376. And I sincerely appreciate it, and I'm humbled by the response. I look forward. Our next Google Hangout will be in a couple of weeks. I'll be traveling the entire week next week. I'm in Las Vegas, I'm in Tampa, and then we have our Omega Mind event, and we might even do a special Google Hangout with our Omega Mind members here at the end of next week. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm excited to share the journey with you, and even more importantly, I want to be a part of your journey. You're a part of mine. I want to be a part of yours. And that's why I got in education, to be a part of the students. When I was a teacher for 14 years, 8 of them as a classroom teacher, 6 as an administrator, as a vice principal. But I got in education because I wanted to be a part of kids' lives, students' lives. And today I get to work with the best kinds of students, and those are the ones that demand and want peak performance for themselves in business, because they want to accomplish what they've only hoped in their minds and dreams of accomplishing. And that's why I created Omega Mind. So I'm super excited. Live from the Canadian Lake Home, it's Glenn Dietzel here, and I look forward to our next Google Hangout together.